Welcome to the lair of the Batty Boffin.
Welcome Batty fans, here's a Batty Boffin maths video all about the wonderful world of multiplying. Now this is the very introduction one on here. We have got some with the place value pizzas, so if you like those, go and find those ones, but this one here is just using the numbers. We're going to have a go here at multiplying the numbers 14 times 23, and we're going to use this diagram to show why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, so let's start off. Our number 14, well, we know we can split that up into two bits. That is a 10 plus a 4. I'll put that in brackets just so that we know that's all together. 23, of course, is a 20 plus a 3. Okay? The reason we split them up is because, I don't know about you, but I don't know my 23 times table. And, you know, it's a bit boring learning times tables up that high. So one of the things we do in maths is we don't do it the hard way, learning your 23 times table. We do things the easy way. So if you split it up like this, you don't need to learn your 23 times table. You only need to know your 2 times table and your 3 times table, which is a lot easier. So what we're going to do on this diagram is we're going to label it up. This top bit here, I've drawn with a 10 there and the 4 there. So that's 14 wide, that rectangle is. Okay? I'd like you, please, to pause the video, copy down that diagram, mark on the 10 and the 4 along the top, and then mark in 2 more bits down the side there, whatever you think they should be. Subtle clue. Okay, pause the video and do that now. Welcome back. So you should have a rectangle that looks like that. 10 and a 4 to make it 14 wide, a 20 and 3 to make it 23 high. So that the area of that whole big rectangle is 14 by 23. So we're going to work out what that is by doing the 4 little rectangles inside it, because that's easier. So first one, let's do this one down here. This little rectangle here is 3 high and 10 wide. So that gives it an area of 30. This tall one is 4 wide and 20 high. Now if you don't know what 4 times 20 is, it's dead easy. You just do 4 times 2 and stick a nought on the end. So that is 80. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and fill in the area for here, which is a small number, and here, which is a big number. Pause and do that now, please. Welcome back. We should have for the little one 3 times 4, 12, and for the big one 20 times 10, 200. So when we add all those together, we'll get the total of the whole rectangle. It's usually easiest when you're adding together a whole bunch of numbers to start off with the biggest and add on the smallest. One of the problems tends to be that the columns get a bit mixed up, so just watch out for those if you have a tendency to mix up your columns. So I'm going to start off with the biggest number. We've got a 200, and I'm going to tick them off as I do them. You'll see why when we do bigger examples. Then we've got an 80, and a 30, and a 12. Adding all those up with column addition, 2, 12, 2 down, carry the 1, 3. So the answer to that is 322. 322 is 14 times 23. So that's quite an easy way of doing it. So go and make yourself a cup of tea, go and get a biscuit, glass of squash or something, come back and I will have given you some more for you to have a go. See you in a minute, Batty fans. Hi there again. Right, here are some for you to try. For the first one, we're doing 12 times 34, and I've drawn my rectangle, 12 high, 10 plus 2, and 34 wide, 30 plus 4. By the way, it doesn't matter whether you put it a wide rectangle that's 12 high and 34 wide, or a tall rectangle that's 12 wide and 34 high. Both are totally fine. You do whichever you want, and you can label them the top or the bottom, left or the right, entirely up to you. So what you're going to do now is fill in the area of that bit, that, and that, and then add those 4 things together and you'll get the answer. For the second one, we're doing 27 times 27. So you need to fill in the partitioning. It's a 20 and a 7, pretty obviously. Same over here. Fill them in on your diagram. 20 on the long bits, 7 on the short bits. Fill in the 4 areas and get your answer. And then for the last one, I haven't given you a diagram at all, so you're going to have to draw your own on that. So it just needs to be 42 by 56. 42, 40 and 2 along the top, 56, 50 and 6 down the side, or the other way. By the way, it doesn't have to be to scale. It doesn't actually have to be 42 centimetres or 42 millimetres or anything like that. It just needs to have a chunk that's marked 40 and a chunk that's marked 2. It's helpful if the 40 is big and the 2 is small, but it doesn't actually have to be particularly. It's just to make sure that we get all the right things multiplied by all the other right things. So, pause the video and have a go with that. Welcome back, Batty fans. Hopefully you've got something like this. For the first one, the areas are 300 for the big one. That's pretty easy. 60, 40 and 8. If you got all those and you add them up, you should get 408, I think. For the second one, we've done a 20 and a 7, a 20 and a 7. Please note, 20 times 20 is 400, not 40, because you do the 2 times the 2, that's a 4, plus another 0, plus another 0, because it's a 20 and a 20. We've got 140 there, and a sneaky little 49 in the corner. When you add those up, I get 729. Hope you did too. Now the last one down there, I've drawn my diagram, and I've actually put equal divisions in there just to show that they don't actually have to be to scale at all. But I've labelled 140 and the other 2, 50 and 6. For 2 times 50, we've got 100. 40 times 6, 240, 12 down there, and then this one catches a lot of people out. 2,000, not 200. So hopefully you got that, because 5 times 4 is 20, 20, and then you need another 0 from the 40, and then you need another 0 from the 50. So altogether that's 2000. So when you add all that lot up, we get 2352. Hope you got all those, and I'll see you next time, Batty fans.
Mwahaha! Mwahaha! Mwahaha!